Peace and good. I'm Sister Eliora. I'm originally from Phoenix, Arizona, and I've been with the community for a little over 3 years now. So in these readings for this Friday of the second week of Advent, we hear in the first reading and in the Psalm these really beautiful passages about the fruitfulness and the joy that comes from obeying the Lord. And then in our gospel, we hear Jesus really critiquing those of his own day who just couldn't seem to be happy with whatever the Lord would send them. So we hear Jesus speaking about John the Baptist first. He says, "For John came neither eating nor drinking, and they said, 'He is possessed by a demon.' The Son of Man came eating and drinking, and they said, 'Look, he is a glutton and a drunkard.'" And so we can see this critical spirit that maybe isn't unfamiliar to us even in our own hearts of just sometimes not being able to be happy no matter what's going on. And I think in calling attention and really calling out this critical spirit, Jesus is also asking us to examine our own hearts and to recognize that it can be really easy to see what other people are doing wrong and to even fixate on that and to get all frustrated about it because they're just not living up to our standards of whatever we think they should be living up to. But an interesting thing about that critical spirit, I know from my own experience, perhaps you know from yours, is that it doesn't make us happy. It's not something that brings us fruitfulness. It's not something that brings us peace. It really just makes us miserable and maybe even a little bit miserable to be around. And this, I think, is where the first reading in the Psalm really come in, and they turn our gaze in a different direction. We look especially at the Psalm here, where we hear from the psalmist that the man who delights in the law of the Lord, the man who meditates on his law day and night, is like a tree planted near running water that yields its fruit in due season and whose leaves never fade. Whatever he does prospers. And this beautiful passage of this evergreen tree being planted near the water, always yielding its fruit. There's a meditation from our community where our founder actually connects this passage with Jesus in the Garden of Olives, looking at the olive tree as being symbolically very important. Not only bearing a fruit that is very important for the Israelite people of that time, the olive being good for food, the oil of the olive being good for health, for beauty, for light, this really important fruit for these people, but also the olive tree as an evergreen tree. And so as this meditation goes, we see Jesus giving his yes to the Father in this Garden of Olives. And in saying to the Father, "Your will be done, not mine," we can even see Jesus symbolically as being that evergreen tree, as stretching out his roots to the stream of the will of God, and therefore becoming for us even this tree that continues to yield spiritual fruit in our own lives. And so we can ask for the grace this Friday, this Advent, to have a heart that's attentive, maybe not so much to the way everyone else maybe isn't doing things right, but to have a heart that's really attentive to the law of the Lord and to focus on saying yes to whatever God is asking of us so that we can become like this evergreen tree that continues to bear its fruit and continues to prosper in all that it does. We hope that you're enjoying these videos. Please, if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to this YouTube channel. You can click the button right below this video. We do hope in the future, after Christmas, to continue uploading some videos, maybe not as frequently, but that way you'll continue to be notified whenever they're uploaded. Peace and good.